I also don't like Frank Tufano, and it sounds like he's not doing too well, so that's good news.
A lot of you guys told me to pray to God to fix my eyes, but the only thing he's done is tell me to make sure this doctor doesn't do this to anyone else. So the video with the full story about what happened is back up if you haven't seen it with my botched eye surgery. And this video is going to be more about what has happened since. So if you haven't seen that, definitely watch it. In the short few days that video was initially posted, I was reached out to by a lot of people whose lives have been upturned by Dr. TABAN. And I can only estimate that there are hundreds and hundreds of botches, at least several dozen of them being very bad. And there is now BOTCHED.com.
Oh, this is funny. Look at his eyes before. He looks out of it. Like, was he fucking zonked when he took that photo? What the hell is this?
Where you guys can submit your story. Now, I've had 9 procedures done since then. So you might be thinking, hey, Frank, it doesn't look too horrible now. 9 procedures in a year. I bet you I've had the most eye procedures out of anyone on this planet at this point. 4 under, well, not on this planet for that duration of time. I'm sure there's been people with more eye surgeries in general. 4 under anesthesia for the cross-eyed strabismus correction. And I've had 5 soft tissue procedures, primarily with filler, to fix all the soft tissue around the eyes. And in regards to any,
oh my god, what an idiot. So he's putting, what is it? Hydrochloric acid or whatever the fuck the filler is around his eyes because he thinks that will improve the look cosmetically? Why the fuck is he doing that? You already had a botched procedure around your fucking eyes, and now you're getting some jackass to inject filler around your fucking eyes? Like, this guy is just unhinged.
Permanent fixes.
Was Frank advised that this surgery was unnecessary? Why did he do it? How are his businesses?
Well, yeah, he knew well ahead of time that the surgery was not necessary. I'm assuming this is the website that he created. Yeah, and it just links to his YouTube channel. What a fucking dumbass. Oh my god. I don't know how his businesses are doing. Looks like he's still selling garbage on his website. So I'm guessing he's still selling shit and his businesses are still up. But yeah, Frank just got the surgery because he's insecure and he thought he could look better and he's a dumbass. Thanks for the donation, James.
Every single doctor I've spoken to has been kind of shocked and like they've never seen it before. And these are the top eye doctors in the world that perform the most surgeries. They've never seen a botch as...
If Frank is depressed, he should call the toll-free depression help hotline.
I hope he finds a black pill pro-suicide Reddit and gets sucked into that and does what must be done. I'd rather him not try to get any kind of help. Thanks for the donation though, James.
As bad as mine with so many complications. So these guys basically just don't want to touch me and don't want to help me. The procedures that Dr. TABAN has done to me at this point, from what I can tell, there is no fixing it. We're 9 procedures in just to restore my vision to some degree and to look somewhat normal. There's no reversal of this. The reason I had the surgery was because I thought it would cheer me up. Who doesn't want to look better? All the research I looked into and speaking to the doctor, it didn't seem like there were too many risks. Oh, worst case scenario, 1 or 2 revision surgeries. You can't possibly look worse than you did before with your eye area. And I was kind of at the point in my life where I had kind of given up mentally and physically because a lot of the negative things I've been through, you could call them the elite. I don't know if we'll name
Yeah, there we go, the Jews. He really means to say the Jews.
them in this video, but the things that have been done to me by these evil people just because I wanted to run a business to improve people's health is nothing short of disgusting. And that surgery and the botch and that is just, I didn't think I could dig the pit any deeper, but I've definitely become a person anymore. And that's part of the reason I'm
Sadios or whatever?
I don't want to be anymore. And that's part of the reason I'm able to do this video. I reached out to every medical malpractice law firm in Los Angeles. And what a surprise, not one of the lawyers wanted to help Frank Tufano, including several firms that did sue Dr. TABAN in a few cases, the few that are against him relative to the amount of lives he's ruined. And these people were probably in the club, so the law firm was able to represent them. The judicial system is not for outsiders. If you're either in the club or you're not. If you have 2 people in the club suing each other in court, I guess whoever has the better connections wins. If someone's in the club and someone's not, these judges, lawyers, everyone, they swear secret oaths to protect their own. So under any circumstance, the court laws and all that stuff shown to the public eye is out of the question. So for me at this point, considering all these lawyers and judges will collude against me to protect this doctor, the least stressful thing for me to do is just make everyone aware of this guy, help people from being in the same situation simply by telling the truth. And I don't know if I seem a little out of it or maybe.
So Frank Tufano is completely and utterly full of shit. If you find a lawyer, they're going to be willing to sue any doctor because you're just paying the bills. They don't care if there's a realistic chance of victory as long as you pay them. So what I'm assuming happened is that Frank doesn't have the kind of money he needs to actually afford a trial like this, a medical malpractice lawsuit. And he was contacting law firms saying he wants them to do it for free, and he'll give them a percentage of whatever winnings he's looking for. So, like, if he wins, they'll get like 50% or something like that. There's no fucking chance he couldn't find a single law firm in Los Angeles who wouldn't be willing to take up a medical malpractice lawsuit. No fucking chance. He was probably just trying to get them to do it for free.
Like calm or nonchalant, lackadaisical, whatever word you want to use, is because I'm drugged out of my mind all day. Otherwise I'd be lying in bed. So this guy horrifically botched me at the hypothetical peak of his career. It's just insanity across the board. From the fact that he probably shouldn't have operated on me in the first place, he probably chose the wrong procedures to perform, and then he made surgical errors in every single one of the 4 procedures that he performed.
Is nucleus overload?
None of them were done symmetrically. And he's the best eye doctor in the world. The amount of people that this guy has probably messed up compared to the before and after photos on his website is incredibly concerning. He's done thousands and thousands of surgeries, but only shows before and after photos of less than a dozen patients, at least for the procedures he did on me. And it's all about the money. There were rumors he was overbooked and overworked, which led to reduced surgical quality and botches, but I think this guy's making between $10 and $25 million per year, if I had to guess. So he's had plenty of money to make things right with those patients, even if he had to give half of it away. However, it's been very clear in this whole process that Dr. TABAN has never done the right thing and has no intention of doing so. What's ridiculous is after I put up that first video, he tried playing the victim, saying he's being harassed and, oh, I could give you, I'll read the email a second. And what's funny is that was the first time he reached out to me concerned. I guess he was too busy cutting people's faces open to care until his reputation was being compromised. Any other interaction with this doctor post-surgery, I had to initiate it myself. I have a family, and your video has caused numerous online attacks and threats against me. This is wrong, and it needs to be stopped. I know you're a good man and just going through tough times. I'm truly sorry you're not happy. I really believed I was helping you with the complex surgery and still want to help you. Please reach out to me so we can both move forward positively. I can consider a refund too. Please let me know. Yeah, I don't think there's a word I can use to describe how evil this guy is. I don't even want to say wolf in sheep's clothing because that is...
I mean... chances are if this guy demands, like, if this guy's going to offer a refund, he's going to demand some sort of thing saying you can't sue me afterwards. So maybe he went down that route. I don't know.
Not even close to whatever demonic entity this guy is, asking for any sympathy when he's done hundreds and hundreds of maliciously evil acts against his patients by ignoring them after ruining their lives. And a $40,000 refund for ruining my face for the rest of my life? You might have to add about 3 zeros to that to get started. This guy's made $100 million and he's ruined my face for the rest of my life because he wanted to upcharge me $8,000 for the day of the surgery. Yeah, Doc, I really wish, I bet you wish too that you didn't charge me that extra $8,000 to slip that extra procedure in. And I'm pretty sure doctors have been put in prison for less than what this guy's done, let alone getting their medical license taken away.
Frank Tufano is genuinely retarded. He's not intentionally ruining his life. He's just retarded.
Or investigated. But this guy's still operating as normal, cutting people's faces open and going to his mansion with his private chef at night because he has connections and clears out any negative publicity, pays everyone off. Who knows what's going on? I have to stand up for everyone against this guy because no one else has been in a strong enough position to do so. If there had been, I wouldn't be here right now with my face messed up. It would have never happened. This guy is removing any negative Google reviews, any bad review sites, cleaning up all of his messes because the only thing he cares about is making money. And I did all the research that I ever could have done before the surgery, but because of this guy's pure malicious intents to make as much money as he can, the information was not available in any public forum. I'll put up my own Google review. If there are surgical websites, I'll do those over the next few days. But we have the official website, BOTCHEDbyTABAN.com. And I'm personally not aware of anyone else that is as much of a lunatic to do this against these doctors. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be fairly credible in deterring people from just going with what this guy blindly says to you. You know, and I've suffered a lot myself. I mean, it could always be worse, but you know, all 5 of these surgeries I've had, including the initial cosmetic procedure, they didn't give me pain medication. And I can't blame the doctors as much as I can blame the DEA around the opioids and stuff. They just want people to be in pain and suffer. It's evil people are in control of these systems. They don't want to give you pain medication. So my physical suffering, the blistering head pain that makes you want to just blow your brains out. You know, even last night when I got back from another surgery, just horrendous physical pain. I can't imagine what other people have had to deal with. You know, me having to drive back and forth to New York, sitting in my car 8 hours a day, not eating, not sleeping, just horrible. And then if I think about how many people he's done this to, and that initial thing was crazy too. You're blind for 2 weeks laying in bed. And these other people are definitely not as fortunate as me to have the resources. You know, I have New York Health Insurance. I have any money I need to fix or get any revision surgeries. These other people don't have that. They saved up all their money.
Okay, chances are if somebody's getting a cosmetic surgery that costs $30,000 to $40,000, they're probably fairly wealthy and they have medical insurance and they can afford things like revision surgeries. So that is not true. People who are making minimum fucking wage aren't getting procedures like this.
Try to cheer themselves up, just like I did. And then they were sent home with nothing and they had no resources. They couldn't go to doctors like I could to get revisions. They couldn't get it fixed. They couldn't get back to a somewhat normal appearance or get their vision back. And a lot of those people also lost their jobs and livelihood.
The irony of Frank calling someone else malicious and evil and only pursuing money. Cough cough sound like anyone? The unaware projection is hilarious. After all he's done to animals, if he gets off with fucked up eyes, he should be thanking God.
Yeah, he deserves a lot worse. He's a real fucking scumbag. Thanks for the donation, 269.
Plus all the animals that continue to die for Frank.
Yep. Hopefully Frank's life circumstances only get worse. Thanks for the donation, James.
You know, I mean, I've quit YouTube and my business hasn't been doing as well. And a lot of my employees and people I work with are suffering, but most of these people lost everything. Dr. TABAN then basically held these people hostage for their refund. He made them sign an NDA to be able to receive their refund. Now that's not legal. If you sign an NDA under duress, you look up duress in a dictionary. It's technically not stress, but that's kind of a synonym for it. If you do that, the NDA is void. It's toilet paper. An NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, has to be signed with your own free will. If your face is destroyed and you're half blind and you're broke and you're desperate, and he's saying, I'll refund you if you sign this NDA, money that you need for a revision surgery to get your life back, that is not your own free will. Any NDA that you have signed for this guy, throw it in the garbage. You can speak and say whatever you want. Look, consult a lawyer. I mean, the lawyer is probably going to get you to keep your mouth shut because the lawyer wants to protect the doctor, but you can look up laws. You can do your own research. An NDA is like, I mean, I should probably go more into this in a separate video, but you know, a lot of you guys message me about this. You're scared because you signed an NDA with Dr. TABAN and now you don't want to share your story. But the doctor is illegally manipulating you to preserve his reputation. The legitimate thing to sign would have been some type of settlement form with a much larger monetary amount to remedy your problems. That would have been reasonable. I think the main thing to understand here is that any powerful people, doctors, lawyers, these people, the elite, anyone in the club, believe you are worthless. They are raised this.
Let's go on a lovely walk with Frank and his cross-eyed. Oh, don't slip, boyo.
Yeah, I'd shove him off that cliff. Thanks for the donation, Wandering Mason.
Way. They are raised their whole lives to believe that everyone else is inferior, and it's ingrained in them. A decent analogy is like a police officer getting away with murder. Takes away a life, and the officer gets put on paid leave. These people see you as dispensable consumers. They will only care about you as soon as something is on the line for them. And the way this doctor treats his patients shows how he really cares about people, what he thinks of them, what he does behind closed doors, all the stories you hear about, he ruined their face. They never got anything in return, never contacted them again, left for dead, so to speak. And when they do suffer repercussions for their own actions, it's usually all fake and orchestrated. They're probably, even when they have to fake. I'm not going to get into the staged events and fake deaths and any of that stuff today. So far, this guy has had his low-level club cronies leave fake comments saying how good my eyes look. Even hired girls to DM me on Instagram to try to make me feel better. This guy will not stop gaslighting me in attempts to save his reputation from start to finish. Like I can't look in a mirror. Like I don't see my face every day. Hey doc, if my results look so good, you wouldn't mind if I hand out some flyers of my face in front of your building. This is the same flyer on BOTCHED.TABAN.com. My eyes look so good, you wouldn't mind, right? Maybe I could get one of those models on Instagram that DM me to do it for you. Yeah, I didn't think so. At least most surgeons have sympathy and attempt to do the right thing and help their patients when something goes wrong. Dr. TABAN has no moral standing or care at all. Nothing. There are excellent surgeons that you can go to. The doctors in New York that have helped me, I'll speak about them in a separate video. Repairing the crossed eyes, repairing some of the soft tissue asymmetries. Pretty much every doctor I've spoken to besides Dr. TABAN, every single one of them has at least some remorse left in their heart. And as I said earlier, guys, I've definitely become a person that I don't really want to be anymore. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to do this website. But what choice do I have at this point? These lawyers don't want to help me. No one else wants to help me. My life is miserable. I don't want to do anything anymore.
He's full shit. He could get a lawyer, no problem. He just doesn't have the money for it. There's no fucking chance in hell he couldn't find a single law firm to represent him. Just total bullshit. Donate $2 in there.
And this is way bigger than me, guys. This is the only hope that hundreds and hundreds of people who were botched by this guy have ever seen. And maybe the thousands and thousands of people that are getting procedures will see. And the larger amount of people that will be exposed to the truth that has been covered up by far too many years against these.
It's so weird. If he could get a $40,000 refund from this doctor, chances are the doctor is just going to pressure him to sign an NDA. NDAs are completely and utterly useless. If you actually committed medical malpractice of some sort, frank can sue him, regardless of signing some sort of NDA or some kind of agreement that I'll never sue, especially in those sorts of circumstances where the refund is contingent on signing a document like that. Most courts don't consider those sorts of things serious. So why doesn't he just get the $40K refund? He can put that money towards a lawsuit if he really wanted to. And even if he didn't, what's the doctor going to do? Talk shit about him online all you want. Who cares if you sign an NDA? The NDA is worth jack fucking shit anyway. So who cares? Just get your money back. Frank is stupid.
Beverly Hills surgeons. So not just Dr. TABAN, I'm sure we're talking, dozens to hundreds of other doctors. And it's a shame. It's a shame. In that email, Dr. TABAN said that I was a good man and shouldn't do this. Ironically, wouldn't the right thing to do be to warn people about what happened to me? If I was actually... Okay, good man in the context of just me and you, yeah. But knowing what you've done to these people in the whole context of everything, what would a good man really do? If you guys want to help, just post on social media, whatever you're comfortable doing. I would want to ask for donations to help raise money for other people's revision surgeries. but that's a very expensive and subjective endeavor. That is really the responsibility of a class action lawsuit to get that much money for so many patients. Plus, there's like a negative stigma around cosmetic plastic surgeries. You're like, oh, those people were fine. They're going to get cosmetic surgery. But it's like I was in a selfish position thinking to get this surgery, and then your life just turns upside down. You're in the complete opposite position. You need more help than anyone could imagine. So yeah, as I said, I'll do some more videos, and we got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I haven't done videos in about a month and a half. But Merry Christmas, Doc.
Oh, Frank is so fucking retarded, dude. What a dumb son of a bitch.